Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, High Priestess. Very good. Divine energy coming in really fast here. You're somebody with a very tuned in spiritual antenna. It's like it's at the top of your head and it's just receiving signals. Spirit is present and active in your life, and I feel that you have a very, very active spiritual life, very active psychic life. You may have recently started getting into, I'm not sure, of tarot, to astrology, to divination, to prayer, to manifestation, meditation, all these things. I feel like right now you're actively trying to invoke spirit into your life. You're actively welcome. It's sort of an active passivity, you know. It's an active receptivity where you're trying to just sort of call on the spiritual energy, calling the divine down into your life. And I think it's working, you know. I think you're very tuned in. You might be someone who is sort of prone to daydreams a little bit. Yeah. But I don't think we call them daydreams or fantasies. You know, I feel like you've been spending more time inside yourself. Inside of your, imaginarium, if you will. And I think it's there that you've been communing with spirit, right? Communication and union, right? And I want to see where this is going to go, okay? This is also a lot of, I think, self-reflection, a lot of internal self-development kind of work that you've been doing. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's put this card into some context. Okay, we've got a Princess of Pentacles. Very nice. Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Two of Wands, I think, is coming off your last reading, honestly. We've got the Hierophant, okay. We've got the Seven of Wands. Six of Cups. Three of Wands. The Tower. And the Wheel of Fortune. Aha, okay. Interesting. The Hierophant, I think, it's very interesting energy. It's at the top of the path of the dove. I think sometimes it's difficult for you to accept instruction, right? Especially Capricorn, you're that mountain goat. You kind of like to do things your way. You don't like to be told what to do. You don't really like to be shown how to do things, you know. And that's okay, I don't blame you. I think right now that's kind of the dilemma that you're in, I think, between these two cards, the Hierophant and the Seven of Wands. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. It's going to go right here with Mr. Tao the Yin Yang Duck. Don't forget, Capricorn, you are magic. We're not going to look at that card, excuse me, until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. Now, if you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. Yeah, let's do it together as a group exercise. But let's also look around the room. I think we've got some interesting stuff. We've got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Okay, We got the Pope and the Popess. We've got the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. We don't want to blow things up. We want to build things up. And we got to trust our intuition. We don't want to receive the instruction, right? Instruction, intuition, destruction, construction. Okay, so I have this really interesting sort of pair, two pairs here. And all of that really is to overcome this challenge of something not playing out, something not growing, something not bearing fruit right now. This is a sort of, it's like this card to me is the dead of winter. There's just like nothing will grow. Like, come on, where is it? Where are the birds? Where's the greenery? Where's the sun? Where's the fruit? Where's the life back here? We want to turn this barren and sterile landscape into an empress energy. We've got to raise this thing up to the throne, right, of the great mother where it's bearing fruit. Okay. So we've got our majors anyway. We've got fire, a lot of fire here. Fire behind you and in front of you. Okay. We have fire, a little bit of water. There's always a little bit of water in your readings, Capricorn. We don't have any air, but we've got our earth cards. Okay. And sort of what I feel like with the earth cards, if this is the barren and sterile landscape, this is whatever you got left in the root cellar, Four of Pentacles. It's sort of underground. This is the underground resources. This is you tapping into the last bit of anything, whatever you got. If this is a financial thing, then this is kind of saying like, I'm cracking open the piggy bank. I'm using my last few dimes here. Okay. So I feel that you're sort of tapping into the reserve, the last of the resources, and we're trying to sort of, maybe what we're trying to do really is to call down the right kind of assistance that we need in life, and that could be the high priestess being open to the Hierophant. That we're sort of invoking. This is you're invoking your higher self to give you the solution moving forward because you feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. I feel like this is, damn, I'm in a tight spot, right? I guess you're the Dapper Dan man, as it were. But we don't see any air cards, so I think that like the communication, you asking other people for help isn't working, hasn't worked. Or maybe that you don't want to do it, okay? One thing I'm expecting here is maybe a 10 of wands, but we sort of have it already. We got the 7 plus the 3, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10 of wands, right? We got the between where you are and what's around you in your environment. It feels almost like we're too proud, too stubborn to ask for what we need right now. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Let's talk a little bit briefly now about the Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles is kind of like, we know it's winter time, but we know spring is just around the corner, and I think that, for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, card's going to be right on for you. Up here, in the North, where summer's is we're at the tail end of summer, obviously, and fall is autumn is going to arrive. That's my favorite time of year. I love autumn, and winter are my favorites. But spring and summer are good too. So, I kind of like everything. We know that the prosperity is returning. We know that things are going to get so much better. But in the meantime, it's kind of just like, I just need a couple of scraps to get me by, because I know that this huge fortune is happening. I know that the life is going to return here. We know that winter doesn't last forever. It's not Game of Thrones where winters can be years long, right? We know that the birds will come back. The waters will flow again. Plants will grow. The fruit will be there. Maybe this is seasonal work, seasonal employment. Maybe this is like your business sort of dips down around this time of year, and it's just like, I'm living on scraps right now. I know that the fortune is I know that the abundance is coming back. Okay. And so in some ways we're trying to trust in that, trying to have faith in that. But I also feel that you're in a bit of a tight spot right now, and you do need some sort of assistance. Okay. Let's keep going. The Four of Pentacles down at the bottom. This is a very stable spot. This is safety, security, stability. Four of Pentacles. It sort of feels as if this is someone who is trying to preserve what they have. Okay? This is somebody that says, okay, if your car is almost out of gas, then you just don't drive anywhere. Simple, right? Or if you are driving, you try to be very easy on the gas pedal. You try to stretch what you have for as long as you can. Get as many miles out of that gallon as you can. Right? And we should be doing that anyway. I feel like this is you being that energy, that you can be very frugal. The mountain goat climbing the mountain needs very little food, very little water. You're like the camel of the mountains. You can operate on just very, very little fuel. Okay. It doesn't mean we want to, but I think you know the life that I'm talking about. You know the life of clipping coupons and putting a little bit of water in the ketchup bottle to fill it back up, that sort of thing. Right? You know how to sort of stretch things when you need to. And now, I don't know if we're talking about finances. I sort of feel like it is. But this is whatever sort of resource or energy you need right now. We could be talking about our well-being, our fitness. This is just a time where I just feel such a drain. I mean, I kind of feel it this way because we're sick here in this house. I don't know if you could tell. Our daughter just went to she started her second year of preschool. And within a week, we're all sick, right? They're getting better. I'm like a day behind them. So I think another day I'll be back to normal. But we could be talking about energy level, vitality here. Our ability to confront challenges, our ability to, our ability to work, that vital energy, our ability to do work. Now, I don't know if this is career, finances, if this is physical energy, emotional energy, intellectual energy. We could be talking about a spiritual thing, friends, family. You could be at school. You could be retired. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. But this is the idea that we're running very low on something, so we have to stretch it. We're clipping the coupons here. Okay. Clipping the coupons here. And I think really, it's because of this Two of Wands that you've put yourself in this position, I think, for a very good reason. Because I feel like you wanted to get out from underneath a bit of a tyrant, honestly. I kind of feel with the Two of Wands here in the background, you made the decision to go off on your own. Let's say you were working with a group of people and you said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to go do this myself. And it's like when Michael Scott started his own paper company, right? That's kind of what I feel like. It's just, we had to downsize. We had to take a smaller little tiny office right next to the bathroom or something. Not the ideal conditions, but you're doing it on your own. And that is something, just by itself, something to be proud of. That there was a moment where you just said, I'm not going to do it according to this other person's plan. I'm not going to live by those rules anymore, and I'm going to go out and do it on my own. It's kind of like when you're a teenager, and your parents say, you live in my house, you follow my rules. Well, as I was 17 when I moved out of the parents' house, and I said, well, I'm going to go live on my own then. I'm going to follow my own rules. And it sucked. Just having the rent and the bills and the cleaning and all this, and it really makes you appreciate where you come from, But I moved out at 17, and I didn't move back. I did for a brief period of time, for a couple of months after my surgery, my transplant. I had a liver transplant 14 years ago. So I stayed with my parents for a couple of months after that. But anyway, the point being that you valued your independence over the security that you had at this old place. Whether it's friends, family, a work situation, the church, the lodge, temple, and order, the library, whatever it was. Okay, you said, my independence is more important than, the sort of safety, security, stability that thing, that institution or organization was offering you. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe you left your job. Maybe you decided to go be independent contractor, be a free agent or something, You did something like that, I think, in the last few months. And maybe this is what we've been talking about in a few of your previous readings. This idea of sort of taking charge of your future, taking charge of your path, and this a valuing or an assertion of your independence, an establishment of your independence. Yeah. Because we don't really know who the Hierophant is. There could be maybe some personality clashes at work. Maybe there was some, maybe you just generally have a hard time kind of fitting in where you are. Because I do feel you have a very unique personality or a unique way about you. And maybe you live in an area where there aren't a lot of people that think the way you do or like the things you like. So I kind of feel that there's a difficulty relating to people. Not that you're not charming. I think you're an absolutely charming person. But I feel that, for instance, you're into tarot and astrology and esoteric subjects, but I feel like the people that live close to you or work where you work, right, that they don't understand that stuff. And so there's really like, we could talk about the weather and stuff, but you can't really go deeper with people. Does that make sense for you? And I feel like and that's, again, another reason why we maybe don't have any of these swords cards here. Because it's difficult for you to really get that deeper connection with people. And maybe this has sort of just led to a feeling like, I don't feel like I belong here. I'd rather do my own independent sort of thing. It could be that you took a position for less money, but it's in a better location, better situation, or you're working from home, something like that. The Hierophant is the representative of that sort of, that institution. And this is kind of the company that we might work for. And I can relate because last year I left my job of 15 years to be here on YouTube full time, right? And now I'm filming these readings for, I'm in the studio 5 hours a day. And then for another 3-4 hours a day, I'm doing the back end stuff, the video production and the uploading and all that stuff. So it's a full-time job, for sure, 7 days a week. But I left the stability, the relative stability and comfort of that job that I had for 15 years. And really, if I'm honest, for a lot of the same reasons. I wasn't able to connect with people there, and maybe that's just me. But at the same time, I feel that you're in kind of a tight spot right now, and it's almost like this card is like I just sort of left the parents' house and went out on my own. I can't call them now and tell them I need help. Like I can't do that, So you're in a little bit of a tight spot because I feel like you are facing the Seven of Wands right now. And the Seven of Wands is a feeling of the odds are sort of against you. You're sort of in a David and Goliath sort of situation. Whatever you're doing, I just want to say there are resources for you. There are people you can ask for help. You should ask for help if you need it. If you have to sort of swallow your pride a little bit and ask for assistance, do it. Okay, do it. Your pride will come back. It's not a big deal. It'll be okay. But the Seven of Wands is sort of your feeling that I can tackle, I can fix it, I can get through this, and then we're making the ramen noodles last all week, and we're cutting the coupons for the next ramen noodle. I love ramen noodles. And so we're sort of, we're adapting. We're doing what we can. We're stretching everything as thin as we possibly can to get through this sort of lean period of time, getting through this difficulty right now, because as we see on the path of the serpent, I know I spent a lot of time on this path already, but on the path of the serpent, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Come on. We got the jackpot, right? And I think that you holding out in this way actually is going to make things better for you. Excuse me one second. Thank goodness for the cough button on my mixer here. Anyway, I apologize for that. We're going to go to the path of the serpent now. As we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free and it helps out the channel, so it's a win-win situation, all right? And I really do appreciate you. The Six of Cups is your general energy. And this to me is such a wonderful card, and it kind of seems out of place in all of this, doesn't it? It doesn't look like the Six of Cups really belongs. We've got fire, earth, fire, earth. Fire, earth, fire, earth. We have all fire, all earth. So it really is about you using your effort to get your results. The harder you work, the more you can, the more you suffer, the more you're going to be rewarded, but I don't like that. I don't like that transaction. The more work you put into it, the more effort, the more reward. Okay? Fire to earth. Beautiful magic, right? That's the spiritual electrical circuit of creation. That's what it's all about. Fire to earth, right? Will to action, idea to implementation, inspiration to implementation, to action, to results, to manifestation. It's fire to earth, right? It's the creation of matter, of reality. It's E equals MC squared, I think, right? The conversion of energy to matter, matter to energy. And so the fire is the energy, and of course the earth is the matter. That's what we're doing. And then the Six of Cups is, of course, your emotional energy, your human heart. And your High Priestess, of course, is taking the place of the mind, right, the intellect. So we have the heart and the mind that are trying to be conductors of that. How it's sort of the internal transformers that take the energy and bring it to matter. And in this case, the Six of Cups is, I think, a very wholesome heart. This is, it's your general energy. You're a good person. You want to be part of a whole. You want to be part of a team. You love people. You love connecting with people. This is a sense of community. And I feel that anybody who gets to know you is a lucky, lucky person. Because I feel that you are pure-hearted. That you don't have hatred or anger in you. I mean, you get angry, yeah. We all get pissed off, sure. We got a tower over here. Come on. But you have such a, you have such a compassion, but such a purity of motivation in you too. And I feel like you really are looking for your people. You're looking for a place where you can thrive, where you can manifest your life and create your life, and not, not run into obstacles where there doesn't really need to be any. And so maybe there was a lot of conflict at work, or there's conflict at school or at home or with your friends, and it's just like all this conflict is unnecessary. If we all just did our best to manifest our will and to create our reality, and did so with a Six of Cups heart, where we feel we're all connected and we're going to help each other. If I'm not going to help you achieve your goals, now me personally, if I'm not going to actually be there helping you do it, I'm sure as heck not going to get in your way. The best thing that we can do for other people, unless they, ask for something of us, is to just let them be. Let people manifest their will. Let people do what they're doing. A lot of the time, we walk into a room and we're actively meddling in other people's affairs. And I don't think you like that. I don't think you would do that. I think that if you can't be of service to somebody, you're going to just let them be. You're not going to try to be a disservice. You don't go around trying to sabotage people. And nor should anybody do that to you, but it's the world we live in, and sometimes it happens. But the Six of Cups is a very good card. And I think with the High Priestess being sort of the other side of that, I think you are open and receptive to any assistance that the universe will offer you. Anything that's going to be put in your path that will benefit you. But as we see with the Three of Wands, there's a pride in you. So you will accept whatever help the universe offers you, but you will not accept somebody, let's say, like overriding you or sort of negating your efforts, like someone just sort of snatches it from you and they're going to do it themselves. You're not going to accept anybody that is going to sort of interfere with your right to sort of direct your own life. You have principles and values, is what I'm saying. And you'll accept help from anybody as long as they don't violate your principles and your values, as long as there's boundaries, as long as they can be somewhat on the same page as you. It's kind of like you do care where your money comes from. You do care how the food gets on your plate. I think that you believe strongly in that. And so there is, if two people are offering you $1 to help you, to invest in you, right? You're going to take the dollar that sort of resonates from the person that resonates with you the most. A lot of us would sort of take both dollars, right? But you're going to take the one that I think you can feel good about taking that. It feels like they're your people, So I feel like there are some people in your life that you're just not going to ask for help, just based on principle. If they offer it, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to ask you, and don't offer it. I don't want it. Okay. And so in this sense, yeah, I feel like you're not going to go back home, or you're not going to go back to that job that you left. It's a pride thing, but I think on principle too. So when we see the Hierophant and we see that the High Priestess is sort of welcoming in the Hierophant, it has to be something that resonates with you. Okay. Now, when we're on the path of the Dove, we don't want the Tower. That this is it's a delicate balance that you've got right now. We're spreading things very, very thin to confront these obstacles, so we really don't want the Tower. We don't want, if you're stretching a rubber band, if you're stretching your dollar as far as it can go, you don't want that dollar to break. You don't want that rubber band to snap, right? And that's why we don't want the Tower. We're just going to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. When we get to the path of the Serpent, though, now the Tower card, this position of the Dove and Serpent spread, this becomes what we need. We need the Tower. We need the breakthrough. We need we need the cold to break and for all the life to return. We need that Empress energy to sort of just burst forth, spring just shooting up out of the ground like rockets, out of the soil, little sprouts and things. We really need the fire to just suddenly come on the scene. And I think this is really you now when we're on this path of the Serpent, and it's just like, okay, I need something to happen like now. I need a breakthrough. There has to be some kind of a leveling up. There has to be some kind of, something's got to give here, because the rubber band's about to snap. I think this is that breakthrough. This is that kind of sudden, unexpected leveling up. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on right now, it's sort of like you just maintain, as thin as it's getting, just maintain that rubber band. Keep stretching it out a little bit further, and you're going to reach this level of breakthrough success. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, so I don't know the details of that. But the Wheel of Fortune's on the other side, okay? Unexpected fortune coming in. And I think this changes everything. Okay, this is the card of abrupt change. This is a punctuation, an exclamation point in your life. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune is all expansiveness. You got that real good Jupiter energy, and you've had faith and hope and trust. You didn't compromise yourself. It's kind of like with the 6 and the 3 right here. It's almost like that the Wheel of Fortune is coming. And you're not going to do anything now that you're going to be ashamed of later. You know, you say, I'm just going to stretch the rubber band as far as I can. I'm not going to take help from people that don't resonate with me, or that, you know, that don't make me feel good as a person, you know. And so you're keeping your hands clean, I think, in that way. It's like you're just gonna, you would rather struggle than engage in something that you wouldn't want to tell your grandkids about. You see what I'm saying? And it's almost as if you know that spirit will take care of you. You know that the universe will send the right kind of help to you. You know, as we're high priestess invoking the Hierophant, invoking spirit, invoking the help of our higher self, you know that spirit will put the right people, places, and things in your path. You trust so much in spirit that, you know, I'm not going to take any sort of offering that doesn't resonate with me, because you're going to have to answer for it later, is kind of the idea, you know. But this is really, really good. This is unexpected fortune, wealth, success, help, the resources coming in, okay, before the rubber band snaps. But that tower energy, in this case, is what we need. We need that sudden breakthrough. We need that sudden, sort of the unexpected relief coming in. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. I would love for our Princess of Pentacles to become the Empress, but I don't know. I might be asking too much here. If you have a prediction for this card, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we have. 2 Pentacles. Okay, good. Yeah, this is change. This is something becoming its opposite. It's a yin-yang kind of deal. Something, the rubber band's been stretched so far, eventually it's going to snap. It's going to go the other way. Okay, in a good way. So I think that this is really change, that you've been in this very sort of lean, frugal, stretching everything as far as you can, trying to just, trying to keep traveling on that little bit of gas you got left in the tank. The last couple dollars in the bank account, trying to stretch the ramen noodle. Things are going to change into its opposite. You're going to have more ramen than you know what to do with, right? Very good. This is good. Harmonious change. This is a card of harmonious change too. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's good fortune happening. And this is saying that it's changing from being not so good to, well, Wheel of Fortune good. Yeah. Very, very nice. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn, Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.